Hello overclockers, and welcome. Oh, screw this. Where's EPIC when you need him? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to EPIC40. I am, of course, Reaper Steve, and I'm joined by the wonderful Gigawatt. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
First time at EPIC, man?
Yeah, people keep asking me that today. I almost feel ashamed that's the answer. Should have been here far sooner.
It's fine, it's fine. You're here now, and
that's all that matters, right?
Forever.
Yeah, it definitely never ended.
That's what happens. You
Yeah,
get
absolutely.
all of a sudden, you just can't leave.
Yeah,
basically.
sure. Yeah.
Hotel California, more or less. Anyway, we're here for a very important part of this weekend. We're going to be doing, well, one of the biggest giveaways I've done, at least anyway, myself personally. This is going to be everything in the kit, I think it is.
Yeah, I think we've got enough here for a full system build, full suite. I mean, it's a nice system as well. So really like great prize for whoever wins that.
I've just upgraded my own PC, but I'm probably going to go straight to the shop and buy Raffle tickets.
I think it's a good idea.
So you might as well get involved if you're here at EPIC Land. Obviously, all the proceeds do go to a really good cause, breast cancer awareness. So
potentially you get a nearly free PC, and you support a great cause.
Exactly.
There really isn't much to lose.
It just never stops. It's great. It's good all round for everyone. What I am going to do though, because it took me 4 hours to build my own.
Right, we've not got 4 hours.
No, we haven't.
No.
And that was with YouTube videos and everything else in the background to try and figure out what I was doing.
Sure.
I'm going to leave it in your capable hands.
Fine. This is what I'm built for.
I'm going to just fade away.
Fade.
If I get away from
the
it,
visual
I can't
definition
take it with
of
me,
fading away.
So
my name is James Cousins, otherwise known online as Geekawatt. I make a living out of building computers. So hopefully you're in fairly capable hands when it comes to actually getting this thing assembled. Now, I suppose it's worth giving a bit of a shout out to a few of the sponsors that make this build possible, obviously for an amazing cause as well. So there is literally no losing in this situation, even if you don't win the PC itself. So we've got MSI with loads of amazing goodies, power supplies, motherboards, coolers, you name it. We've got Intel Arc for the graphics card, and then of course this, look at this, 14700K, latest i7 tier 14th gen processor, some peripherals from Logitech. We've got a overclocker's extended mouse pad. Look at that, it's bigger than me. And just, I mean, really everything you could need. How could I forget? We've got some storage. We've got 2 terabytes of Kingston Fury Renegade. This is a Gen 4 drive, so you're going to get nice fast speed, 6, 7, 8 gigabytes a second on your read and your writes. And look at this, 7,200 mega transfers per second maximum rated speed on this 48 gigabyte kit of DDR5. I must admit, I don't stumble across 48 gig kits very often. Better than 32, not quite as overkill as 64. Kind of makes sense to me. I think though, as far as a sort of a brief overview of all the parts goes, Fantech fans as well. Now these are the Fantech's D30. So these are PWM, they've got the lovely RGB effects on the side and the top of the fan. So, you know, you name it, this build really is tricked out to the max. But I think we should bring somebody up on the stage as we progress and bring in MSI UK. So we've got Jack Davidson, I believe, from MSI, who's going to talk us through some of the MSI goodies that make this particular build possible, including the case as well, which I forgot to mention a little bit earlier. Hello, Jack. How are you?
Hello. I brought a microphone for you guys.
Amazing. I mean, you can keep it. It's all yours.
Lovely.
Jack, you've made, on behalf of MSI, a lot of this build possible. amazing cause, as you can hear.
Appreciate it.
Can you talk me through a little bit? Let's go part by part. So I've had quite a bit of experience with some of these components myself. Let's start with the power supply. Let's go simple and work our way through. So MPG A1000, it's a PCI Gen 5 power supply. What does that mean?
So you're supposed to be the computer expert. I figured you
I am.
could be able to do that.
This is just, I just outsourced this whole build process to you.
Well, honestly, the reason we went for something like this is because I knew it was going to be top of the line. We wanted to do 14th gen. You know,
Sure.
We wanted to have enough headroom for all of the pieces, and then also for future upgrades for the winner. That's kind of why we went.
This is like good for the future. It's ATX3 as well, so you've got all that standard. It's 80 plus gold certified, so it's super efficient. So it's going to cost you less money at the wall. Modular, so you've got any excess cables. Amazing. Cooler-wise, this is quite exciting, and I say that because I've had a play with this, and it's not one of your most expensive coolers.
Definitely not.
But it is very, very, very good.
That was the idea around it. You know, we wanted to go for that price to performance with this cooler. You know, it does really well with the 14th gen. You know, it's a value to performance essentially was the idea.
Amazing. Like sort of, I think it's always difficult to use the word value because you don't want to imply something that's like cheap, because it's not cheap, but it's what you're getting for the money is very, very impressive. So I'm going to just take it out. Just going to start unboxing it live. Here we go.
I mean, I would help, but I've
no, that's okay. So. Big 360mm rad. I'm just going to throw it all on the floor.
Yes, sir.
It's typical Geekort style.
Oh, typical.
Big 360mm rad. You've got your pump on there as well. Yep. The cables are all nicely run into the tube already. It's very nice. And the top plate, you can spin it, so the MSI logo
I was about to mention that.
The right way around. Yeah. I'm just going to move that out the way for now. What else have we got from MSI? We've got your new. So this is interesting. So talk me through. So the viewers may be familiar with the Z790 motherboards.
Yes.
This is your MEG Z790 Ace, but it's the max version.
Max version.
Max.
Exactly.
So what maximum am I getting?
So on top of everything that you get from the great Z790 Ace, with the max version you also get Wi-Fi 7.
Yep.
There's a few extra MSI unique features. So you're looking at like MemTry, which can overclock your memory a little bit for you.
And that's really important for like boosting performance and just taking things a bit further. This is pretty high end as well as far as connectivity goes, from my understanding. The Ace boards always on your MSI lineup are pretty high end.
Yeah, we always add a lot of connectivity on the Ace series.
So on the back here we've got Thunderbolt, we've got USB 3.2 Type A, Type C, built-in rear I/O shield, screwless M.2. Look at that.
Yeah. Something that might be a bit interesting for LAN users as well. It's got 2.5 gig. LAN.
Nice. So you've got a bit of redundancy there.
Yeah.
You can obviously get really fast networking. You can sort of team them up for 5 gigabits of bandwidth, or you've got a backup for 2 different connections. Case, this is interesting. This is the Prospect 700R?
So I both love and hate this case.
Oh, no, I love it. Why do you hate it? What's wrong with it?
It's very big and very heavy. So I wouldn't use this as a LAN
Yes, but
LAN
the winner, I mean, maybe not the ideal LAN system.
Take it home, pride of place. If
you want to be the envy of everybody's LAN, maybe this is the case that you want.
You have to be very big and strong, like you.
Thank you, Jack. At the front, this is quite cool though, because it's got a touchscreen, right? So,
yes.
And you can use that to control everything on the case. You haven't necessarily got to run through software, but you can run through software.
You can run through software through the MSI Center, yeah.
Nice. So eATX.
Yeah.
Nice hinge side panel from memory. We can swing that round, make it nice and easy to build in.
They both sides come off.
Airflow's good.
Airflow's brilliant.
Well, what's not to love? I think. As far as MSI components,
that's all good.
We're pretty much there. I mean, the motherboard is, the most exciting bit, really. I think I put the motherboard down. There it is. The motherboard's the most exciting bit for me because obviously you get 14th gen out the box.
Yep.
Your other Z790s do support 14th gen.
Yes.
But you potentially have to do a BIOS
update. Yeah.
Fine. So this is going to come with the BIOS out the box.
This should work out the box.
So really, when you're looking at this board versus the previous Ace, there's nothing wrong with the older one. But if you can go and get the newer version,
if you're desperate for Wi-Fi 7, upgraded PCIe 5. If you want the best of the best, this is what you.
It always strikes me when you see more and more of these boards come out how much more covered they get in terms of the PCB is just disappearing by the day because you've just got heat sinks and heat spreaders and heat shields. It's just everywhere. And also, like on the socket, you've made the socket sort of handle a bit more flat and reinforced.
A little bit, yeah, just nice touches.
Yeah, it's super cool. And one of my favourite features on a motherboard is always like physical power and reset. So when you're building the system, if you've not quite wired the front panel up properly, you're going to be okay. Amazing. I think we need to install a CPU into this motherboard.
I definitely think.
Which I think prompts our next guest. I believe we have Intel coming on the stage to talk through their new 14700K and hopefully help me clear up some of the mess that I've kind of made.
Yeah.
Come on in, Mark.
I'll leave
Jack,
that to
pass
you.
the mic off. Hey, Jack. Oh, Jack, you leave me hanging. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Jack.
Harsh.
Hello, Mark. How's it going?
Very well, thank you.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you
We
too.
were just saying before, it feels like ages since we last saw each other.
It has been a long while.
I know you've been a busy man.
I've been a busy man,
But you're
jetting
back
around the
here
world.
for Epic.
Yes, I am here for Epic.
I'm sorry I've made a mess already. Can you talk me through 14700K? What is that people need to know?
Well, 14700K, 14th gen, big update with the i7 this year, right? So we've added 4 more efficiency cores to the processor. So if you're doing really big multitasking stuff, like rendering, for example, Photoshop, video editing, way better on the i7 this year.
Yeah.
Like up to about 20%-ish
Yeah, and
performance improvement.
out of the lineup, we picked the i7 out in our testing as being the real nice chip in there that gives you a lot more, right?
It's the one I would go for if you're kind of in between needing the absolute maximum performance of the i9, where, again, I think content creation is where you're going to see that.
Totally.
And if you're just a pure gamer, where I'd go for the i5.
Yeah.
This is the one that sits in the middle, really good value, and gives you kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and I was speaking to a few people here today, this morning, and they were saying, you know, like, so some people, they feel like the i5 90% of the time is going to be enough. Yep. i9's too much for them. So the i7 is a place where a lot of people feel quite comfortable, right?
Absolutely. It's great. It's a great value CPU.
And obviously you still get the awesome single thread that you have with 13th gen, but it's now even better.
Yep.
Higher clock speeds. And of course, we've got new motherboards for it.
We do. And the great thing about, 14th gen is backwards compatible, right?
Yeah.
With older Z790, Z690 boards.
Which is really cool that you can take it back to 2 generations on the motherboard.
You can indeed.
As long as you update the BIOS.
Absolutely. BIOS update notwithstanding, it will work. It's fantastic.
Sure. And for those users that have already got, say, an i5, a 12600K as an example, they could go ahead, do the BIOS update, pop this in, and not have to spend any more money on a motherboard.
Totally. And I think, if you're going from something like a 12600K, for example, there is a really big performance jump from that to this CPU.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I think really the i7, I think that's a great pick, but it's not just an Intel CPU.
Oh, no.
We've gone for I was going to say the triad, but then we need 3. So it's the duo, the pairing, that's the one, the Titan OC edition.
And this is my favorite one, right? Because, we work with a bunch of partners like ASRock, etc., right, to create these cards, right? But the Sparkle one has got this, I don't know, it looks great. It's got blue finish on it.
You know what?
Let's take it out of the box.
You know
Come
what?
on.
Yeah, let's take it out of the box. Oh, I don't think they've given me any scissors.
What?
Oh, no. You can talk about the Sparkle, and I'm going to...
You want some keys?
Yeah, that works. Amazing.
Yeah, so this is, the Sparkle A770, right? It's an OC edition, so it's overclocked out of the box. So you get a little bit more performance than our kind of stock Intel limited edition cards that we released. A770 is kind of our top of the line in terms of Intel, right? So you get 16 gigs of memory, which is great. Again,
amazing for
really,
like 1440p, 4K.
Yeah, absolutely
textures.
great value. And again, content creation wise, 16 gigs, really, really helpful. And in fact, we were talking about this earlier, right? But from a content creation perspective, Intel Arc punches way above its weight. You get the dual media encoders, you get AV1 encoding, you get stuff that you would have to fork out a significant amount of money for with other products.
Look at that.
Look at this. Yes.
Look at that. Look at the blue. I love the blue.
Yeah, it's great.
It's so on brand.
Yeah. Of course.
Can you talk to me a little bit about why those who might want really great content creation performance might want what's the advantage of the dual encoders for people in that realm?
Absolutely. So, I think Intel's well known, right? If you have an Intel CPU with built-in graphics, our, quick sync encoder is well respected throughout the industry as being something that works fantastically in something like Adobe Premiere, right? It accelerates the workflow. If you have this card with the dual media encoders, right, it gets even faster, right? That means you can spread that workload across those encoders and speed up your render times. And now that we have full support across the Adobe suite for Intel Arc, you're going to see a significant performance boost. It's really, really good. But we should also talk about gaming, right? Because it's a gaming conference. This is what we're here for, right? So from a gaming perspective, if you've been following Intel Arc, we have been on it, on it.
The drivers are better. I feel like by the hour. Oh, probably not legally by the hour. But
no, not legally by the hour. But we are pushing it, right?
There's a lot of movement there.
All the time, right? So since launch, we've had a huge amount of driver updates. We had a huge one for DirectX 9, right, where we saw, triple-figure performance improvements. We had another one for DX11. So at this point, Intel Arc is performing extremely well. And not only that, but Game On drivers. So new releases, like Alan Wake is a great example this year. We released our Game On driver for that last week.
Yeah.
So it's ready for launch.
Got you.
Our driver team is amazing, and they are on it right now.
Yeah, and I think what's really cool from a genuine tech enthusiast point of view about this, it's just another option that people have got, and it's that VRAM has been the biggest in my community this year. VRAM has been the biggest GPU talking point.
Absolutely.
By a mile, because you see great cards, but if they're a little bit memory constrained, then I know we're getting quite nerdy here, but if there's not quite enough memory, it affects how you can crank the settings up in the games you want to play, and they don't look as nice as what they should do.
Totally, and I think you can do that with this card, right? You've got 16 gigs, and let's not forget, we've got some great, we've got ray tracing hardware built in. It's got really good ray tracing performance, right, for the price. Similarly, we've got XeSS, which is our AI-based upscaler.
Sure.
Very similar to a certain competitor product,
sure.
right? And I think, the value that you get with this card is huge compared to the competition.
And it looks really nice.
It looks great. This is, like I said, this is my favorite one because it's the blue finish on this just looks amazing in a system, and it kind of go full Intel. I love it.
And it's big, but it's not massive. It's quite
It's not.
sort of easy to fit in existing systems. The form factor's modest.
And we've got options, right? So this is one option. If you want to go for the full OC card, you've got this big cooler.
Yeah.
If you want to go for a slimmer 2-slot card, right, a true 2-slot card, those are on the market as well, right?
Sure.
So you've got options here. You don't have to go big.
And this is the high end. Just to recap, we've got some more mid-range and low-end options. You've got your newest art card.
Yeah, so we recently launched A580, which again, I think from a value proposition, particularly for a content creator, because you get all the content creation stuff that's in this card at a significantly reduced price. I think the sweet spot tends to be our A750. Right, you get 8 gigs of memory. That card is retailing for, depending on where you shop, right, but just shy of 200 or a little bit less, right? It's a great card, right? It's such good value.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mark.
No worries.
It's good to see you.
Good luck.
I'm hoping that I'm not going to need your help in half an hour and that it's not all broken. That would be really bad, wouldn't it?
Oh, I wish you luck. And like I say, if I need to come back, just let me know.
Amazing. Thanks a lot.
So easy.
Should remind everyone as well, additional raffle tickets can be bought too. So if you are looking at these parts and thinking, I want a bit of that, or probably all of that, then additional raffle tickets at the Epic shop for £1 a ticket. So it's for Breast Cancer UK, it's an amazing cause, and of course it means even if you don't win the system, people are still winning as a result of your generosity. Welcome back. Hello.
I've returned.
You've returned.
I wanted to see your expert opinion on building this thing.
Okay, fine. Let's do this, shall we?
I did say earlier it took me 5 hours to build my own.
We haven't got 5 hours.
We haven't got 5 hours. So that's why you're doing all of this, and I'm
going to get started. So can I enlist you as a bit of help?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah,
amazing.
Definitely.
Can you remove this box for me?
I can.
Just put it somewhere safe.
I can see. This is the exact type of work that I want to do. Is just remove things.
Do you want to unbox some fans?
I'll remove that as well.
You can take them out of the box if you wouldn't mind. Yeah,
I can do that.
I should also very, very quickly mention Astro A30 headset as well for awesome audio, wireless. Of course, part of the Logitech lineup. We've got the G502 Plus Lightspeed wireless mouse, and of course the Logitech G915 mechanical keyboard. Look at that. Love some of the Logitech stuff. It's just beautiful, totally beautiful. But we should probably build a PC because we have not got all day. And if we haven't got enough time, then there's going to be some very unhappy winners out there. First things first, CPU. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox the i7, as Mark said. A couple of extra cores on this to help it give you a bit more multi-threaded, multitasking performance over the last generation. More cores sounds good, right?
Exactly. One thing I wanted to ask you about, though, and this is a personal question because I'm just going to use this time.
Okay, fine.
AIOs.
Yeah.
Is it better to get pre-pasted, or do you paste your own?
So a lot of them are pre-pasted, but to be honest, it doesn't really make too much of a difference.
No?
So this one is a do-it-yourself. CPU's go flying. This one's a do-it-yourself option, but it's super simple. We're going to do that in just a few minutes' time. But yeah, to me, really doesn't make too much of a difference. It's a nice quality of life feature, but it's certainly not going to be a deal breaker as far as actually, choosing the parts for me.
I suppose it's more of a time saver than really like a great alternative. Because I noticed that when I was looking for paste, the amount of paste options that are out there is just
and to be honest, a reputable brand, you're going to be fine. Just go on Amazon or wherever. Overclockers, Overclockers UK sponsoring Epic Land here. Go on Overclockers. They've got loads of thermal paste available. Pick up whatever thermal paste you fancy, and you'll be fine. You don't need a particularly large tube. You only need a little bit, really, on a CPU
I bought a little small one, and it was plenty. But then I noticed the board came with one anyway.
Yeah, so the CPU cooler is always going to come with thermal paste. But if you're worried, go over Overclockers, pick yourself up some extra thermal paste. I think everything that we're featuring today can be bought from overclockers as well. So
Yeah.
if you're looking at this build and you're going, you know, I fancy my chances of winning it, but you're not perhaps quite successful with the competition, why not just build it anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just going to tear through this box and just cause mass destruction when it comes to SSDs. How familiar are you with an SSD as in terms of picking the best one?
Not very, but also kind of. Basically, so I had this conversation with Andy from Overclockers. My board that I bought is a MSI Max Carbon.
Nice, good.
It's the first board I've ever bought with 4 M.2 slots available in it.
I bet you were thinking, oh my god, what goes
What
where?
do I put in this?
Yeah,
Immediately. Sure. So I've got 2 WDs and I've got a third WD now that I've just stuck in it. So
oh, nice.
at the moment, I'm looking at a 4th, but it's probably going to be like...
How much storage have you got? Wow.
4 terabytes now.
Oh, so you've got 4 1 terabyte drives, is that
Yes.
right? Nice.
So I do, 3 1 terabyte drives and a 1 terabyte crucial SSD
Amazing.
stuck on the back.
Watch how easy this is. Toolless M.2 installation. This is honestly the best thing that's ever happened to PC mankind. There's a peel though. Let me do the peel first. Oh yeah,
Yep,
look at that.
that's the
Beautiful.
ASMR done for the
That's
day.
going to keep the drive nice and cool. But look, watch this, everybody. So, drive goes. I've never actually done it on this board before, but I know it's pretty simple. Drive goes in, and then bit of a push. Look at that,
And that's it.
done. Not a screw in sight. How
Okay.
easy is that? So good, so good, so good. So with that, CPU's in, 48 gigabytes of memory's in,
Yep,
2 terabyte NVMe's in as well.
yep.
CPU cooler is next. Now,
Okay.
we're obviously got to get the case involved, but it's always a good idea with the cooler to do a bit of prep early.
Yep.
So I'm going to disappear behind the desk and grab, there's a bag of mounting
Bag of
hardware.
tricks.
Now this is, I'm guessing when you built your PC, did you go AIO?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Was this the point where you panicked and went, oh my goodness, what do I do?
Yeah, because I went
Yeah.
from...
Right, an
Yeah,
older CPU,
other
not a
ones.
new one.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
fine, understood.
yeah, and having 3 different brackets and be like, what are these? And the instruction manual kind of gave me an idea of what I needed, but it also didn't.
Sure.
So I went onto YouTube, and then I got lost in a YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just watching videos for hours.
Yeah.
So I sat in the front room, and the people I live with walked in, and they were like, "You okay?" I was like,
Yeah,
"No,
I'm
I'm just
having
stressing,
a
to be
massive
honest with you."
breakdown about CPU coolers, and I
Yeah.
need help. Someone help me.
But fortunately enough, I have like a really good group of friends. I actually work in IT myself, and I should know these things, but I
Nice.
don't.
Fine.
And yeah, they managed to help me sort it out in the end.
I'm just sort of winging this because I've done this cooler before. It's a good cooler. It's nice, easy to install. So I'm kind of just like, just gonna try my best and guess. There we go. So screws. Do you want to do the honours?
I'm hands off.
Okay, hands off.
Just in
Fine
case,
by
you
me.
I
are
don't
you
want to break the
suggesting
thing that
this
I'm going to be
build-
trying to win.
Are you suggesting that this build should be usable when it's given away? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes,
I
preferably.
agree. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like for me personally, if I win this, I'd like it to be working.
Yeah, me too. Well, I'm not eligible to win, obviously, but if I was to win this system, I'd also be fairly keen on it being a.
Do you require a screwdriver?
I think I've got a toolkit here.
You have one? Oh yeah, we
If
do.
you want to open her up, and
Yeah.
find a. I mean, at the moment I'm okay, but I'm going to need 2 sizes: a larger one and a smaller one.
Phillips or
Oh, surprise me! Oh, you've got lots.
there's
Oh, yeah,
a lot
sorry,
on offer.
Philips, yeah.
I
sorry,
should probably.
square,
There's a lot on offer.
Yeah, square Philips head would be
Square
good.
Phillips head. Okay.
There's probably people on the stream looking at that graphics card just teetering on the edge in front of you. Going, ah!
I have it in.
gonna drop
It's
it.
all under control. Everything's
Okay,
under control.
marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Right, I'm sort of winging the cooler, but it's dead easy. Just a couple of posts around the CPU and you're golden and good to go. Nice. Yeah, give me a big Phillips and a small Phillips. That's a bit too small.
That's a bit too small.
Yeah, there's lots of screwdrivers on offer here. to be
There are
fair.
lots in here, so I'm
trying to
having
just
dig
like
through.
tighten this up and I just get
okay.
it in there. There's also you unboxed all my fans as well for me.
Yes.
Fantex, lovely stuff.
Okay, we do that. and-
Marvellous. Now, in terms of other mounting hardware, should be a couple of Intel brackets to pop on to the cooler, and then we should be good to go. So they look like 2 Intel brackets. We'll save those for later. We don't need those ones. It's always about keeping organised at this stage.
I
It's where it
thought,
can
I,
all go
thought I
wrong,
had this
you know?
locked down. There you go. There we go. We got it. Large Phillips head for you.
Large
sir.
Phillips head and a smaller Phillips head, but not too small.
There's your
We
large.
need those later. So many screws and brackets. Such a fun time.
This is what kind of worried me about it, because I was, my cable management is non-existent at the moment in the new build, and I will get around to actually doing cable management with it, but it's having all those kind of little nuances ready to go, and like, where am I going to put this? How am I going to feed this through?
Sure.
And also the case that I'm using isn't really that friendly for space.
Oh no, I've dropped a screw. Dropped a screw in the darkness. Oh, I found it. This is where you need a nice magnetic screwdriver. This screwdriver is a little bit too small. You've got slightly bigger for me. Sorry, I'm being a massive diva here, aren't I?
Let me see. Slightly bigger than that.
You're probably thinking, James, come on, it's just a screwdriver. It's just a screwdriver, guys.
Is that too big?
No, that'd be fun.
Yeah, there's never too big.
Yeah. I mean, you're only ever, you know, I think you can get yourself like a nice screwdriver kit. Clockers sell loads that will allow you to build your PC without too many problems.
Yeah.
He says there's just dropping screws everywhere over here.
Well, I got
you know what you've done as well to help me and make this more challenging? You've put me in sort of relative darkness, and it's
the kit that I bought was like 130 screws in one box.
What?
Yeah, I know, genuinely. It was like a box about that big. It was cheap, so for definite. But it has like 130 different screw heads inside it.
That sounds really overwhelming.
When I then Googled to figure out what it was used for, it's actually for mobile phone repairs, not for PC building, but it worked either way.
Yeah, I mean, all the screws you ever need for a PC are included in the box.
Yeah.
For the case, normally.
Yeah.
So we're going to test that out today, MSI's Prospect 700R. I'm hoping, sincerely, it has all of the screws I'm going to need. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble. But we should be good. Do you want to do the peel? Go on. You know you want to get involved. Oh, beautiful. So yeah, just prepping the cooler really. So only really a couple of minutes left of prepping the cooler, and then the whole thing's going to start getting into the case and starting to look a bit more like an actual computer, rather than a sort of a
half and half,
a crazy mess at the moment, which is kind of an accurate description of where we're at.
I'm going to pop that down there.
That was a good suggestion.
That way then I can start.
Ah yes, marvellous.
Sorting out power supply issues.
Amazing.
Issues? Not issues.
Issues,
but,
not issues, challenges.
Modular?
Modular?
Power supply?
Yes, fully modular. So you only plug in all the cables that you need, basically, which is going to help with your cable management later on, keep things nice and simple, and of course means that whoever wins this has all the extra cables they could need in the future to get the system groovy and fancy, and I'm making a mess. I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
We can sort the mess out, it's fine.
Yeah, wherever a PC is built, a path of destruction normally follows.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be PC building unless there was. My dining room table was basically covered in boxes for.
Oh, really? I've got a glass dining room table that I got on eBay, and I've been banned from using it as a PC building workstation on the basis that apparently it scratches very easily, and so I could smash it. Is what I've been told.
I went on a bit of an Amazon spend spree, and I bought like a big mat to put everything on.
Oh,
a glass table.
So we've got an Intel PC builder mat here, which is really helpful. Motherboard, so that's going to go in nice and easily. Normally do this with the case lying flat, but you know, obviously I'm going to try and be a bit more risky today. Just need to make sure that I've got all the screws for the case. So let's see where the screws are.
So this will be your mounting screws inside the case itself.
There should be some mounting screws inside the case itself, yes. However, I'm currently unable to find them. Maybe they're in the case box, which I don't think I have. Oh no, I could have screwed up.
Do we have a box back here? We have a box back here.
Oh, is it a little brown box? I need a little brown box within a big brown box.
Let's see.
You found a box?
I found a box.
We found a box, whether it has the bits we need. I'm being pointed at vigorously.
This is a...
Underneath the graphics? That is a big box. Let's see what's inside this box. Aha! I might have found the box. Potentially the box.
Oh, I'm going to get lost.
I found the box. We have a box.
I'm going to say this box is like Mary Poppins' bag. I've got in. There's like 16 boxes in it.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's great.
Have you got anything fun in there for me?
You what? Sorry.
Any fun things in that box for me?
Any what? What? No, what?
Fun things. I want fun things.
Yeah. There's a box that looks like a keyboard box, but it's not actually a keyboard. It's just got loads of metal in it.
Oh, I love a keyboard every now and again. Who doesn't love a keyboard, eh? I'm just literally just going to put all these screws out on the table and see which ones fit. It's meant to be PC building professional, but I'm just sort of winging it at the moment. I'm encouraged by the sound of CSGO over there.
Mounting brackets.
Mounting brackets. I think this case comes with extra brackets for further customization, which is very nice, but time is of the essence right now.
It is indeed.
So we haven't quite got the capacity for such a thing.
Obviously, you mentioned earlier as well, your first time coming to Epic Land. How have you found the noise?
I mean, it was a bit, I was a bit concerned at first for, the welfare and safety, and then after I realised everything was fine, I relaxed a bit more, and now I'm feeling good.
Get used to it.
Everyone's having a good time. It's just very wholesome affair.
I was setting up the desk PCs over there that we use for some of the other games and stuff earlier.
Yeah.
I was watching you in your little intro. And
oh, yeah. Looking like a
however
crazy
many
man.
times you were started, they would go, ah! And you're like,
Yeah,
right,
yeah. I was
and
like,
again.
we're here at Epic, like, hey!
Let's start this one more time.
Yeah, let's try this again. It's the best kind of retake, though, when everyone is so excited that you've got to go over and over and over again.
Exactly.
You know? So, look, how many screws out of the 9 do you think we should install of the motherboard?
So 3 in the top, two in the middle,
Yeah,
2 in the middle,
yeah.
and then 3 in the bottom.
Yeah, normally I'd just put a couple in, but as this is going to be someone's pride and joy, I'm going to do it properly.
Good.
I'm going to actually make sure that we look after the people of EPIC40. There we go. Lovely stuff. So 4 screws down, 2 to go. Going to screw it in at the top next of all. It's quite good because the motherboard tray on this case has a little post that holds the motherboard in place.
Nice.
Very
Okay,
good,
I was actually about to ask, because, so I have a Fractal Design
Nice.
Meshify V2.
Wow, good.
I've had it for years. It's like one of their first generation
And it's a bit like
ones.
this case. I mean, this Prospect case. You have it for a little while,
Yeah.
and it's going to last you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
But I am looking at upgrading, and this is actually a really nice case because of the size of it more than anything. There's a lot of real estate space in there.
Yeah, it's a big old case, but not to the point where I've seen bigger.
Yeah,
I've seen too big. I don't think it's quite too big. It is large though, most certainly large, as far as PC cases go.
Just thinking of like the AIO, there's loads of room at top, so you're not really going to be worrying too much about airflow underneath the AIO into the actual card itself.
Yeah, and obviously radiator-wise, so we can put the rad at the front or the top. But at the front, I believe we've got large 140mm fans, so I'm going to put the radiator at the top just to try and, I'm going to technical term, equalise the airflow a bit more.
I was actually going to ask you, do you have a preference of where you put the radiator?
So it depends really. Typically, I'd put it. The front is my favourite position.
Okay.
But obviously, the problem you have then is because you've got the warm liquid from the CPU through the radiator, it's then going to bring slightly hotter ambient air into the case.
Yeah.
Or you cool the CPU with warmer ambient air. So it's not quite catch-22, but you have to decide which compromise you want to make. I think radiator at the top, 360mm is going to be absolutely fine for what we need. So. Just going to pop it all on the floor. Dust filters as well on the top. Now, we are actually installing the radiator to exhaust air out the case, so this is actually not needed. It's just only if you're going to bring in air from
into
the outside.
Because that's your environmental protection filter. I think that's the word I heard on YouTube. And
Environmental protection. I've never heard
no,
that
it's not
before.
that. It's just a mesh thing.
Right, understood.
Yeah.
Now, I've never installed these fans, so this is going to be fun. I have largely got no idea. I'm not supposed to say that, am I? I'm supposed to sound like I know what I'm doing. As he drops them. Let's have a look, shall we? So these are these very fancy fans, which are going to look very nice, but my knowledge of actually how they install is signal connector. This is where I might need your help. Signal input corner, and then a signal output corner. Indeed. There we go. Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. They clip in. Yeah.
I think they clip in. Yes. That seems to be working so far.
I know what I'm doing.
I mean, I'm supposed to know what I'm doing, and I sort of feel almost like I don't here, but it's fine. It's okay. It's all good. So they sort of clip in together.
My boss asked me, what am I doing this weekend? So I explained to her what I was doing. And she said, are you going to be doing any PC stuff on stage? I was like, yeah, probably at some point.
With this really
so
crazy
really
guy
begging,
who can't install fans.
I'm praying she's not watching right now of me going, I'm like, yeah, you do that? You got it? Yep.
This is all you. This is all you taught me before how we actually do this, so I'm not going to take any of the credit whatsoever.
I'll give you the...
Oh, no! Oh, dear
I'll give you the 50 quid after, okay?
Yes,
we'll
yes, please.
So
there we go. So we're making progress. It's just a bit of perseverance, I think, is required. And there we go. So that goes in there. Easy. I just want to make sure that, normally I'm a bit gung-ho with these things, but I want to make sure it's right so that whoever wins this just gets it's a really nice system. So input, yes, here we go. I figured it out now. I'm getting better. There we go. So the idea is it means you'd have less cables to run at the end.
Yes.
So all the time that we're spending now, we are going to get back later when we don't actually have to quite so vigorously cable manage the system and then panic because we're running out of time. It's basically the idea.
That's the plan.
It is the plan in theory. I think maybe you're supposed to install the fans onto the radiator before you connect them all together. But
possibly?
I don't really want to read the instructions. I'm just going to go for it and just sort of try and get it working. There we go.
Honestly, though, I mean, you'd think it would make sense to actually connect them up, then connect them to the radiator, right?
I think so, because then it's like one continuous block, and we can cheat a bit with whatever screws we do or do not sort of
and
install.
it's also not like a really weird game of Jenga trying to get them to stay still while
It's
you
like
screw
adult
things
Jenga.
in.
Well,
Yeah.
no, sorry, Jenga is for adults. Adult Lego.
Adult Lego, yes.
I quite like normal Lego, to be fair. So there we go. Give a bit of a whack, and we should probably be okay. Give them a whack is not particularly technically good advice. I think that'll do. That'll do, won't it? So let's figure out what side the radiator tube's going to be on. So I think we're going to go sort of for this kind of installation, like that. Yeah, that looks good. There we are. So fan's going to go on the bottom. Cable's on that side, so we flip it around. The cable's on the other side. This is the confusing bit.
No, you got it.
I'm just working it out as we go. So
I'm just here to
cable's on this
supervise.
side. There we are. Look at that. Oh, easy peasy.
Have you had nightmare situations before where you've put the fans in, done everything, and then gone, I put the fans on the wrong way round?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's not just me then.
Totally. You do get fans included with the rad as well, but I think these fans are going to give us a bit more pizzazz. But nothing wrong with the stock fans. But these
No,
are
of course not.
upgrade.
Yeah.
We're looking after whoever wins. This is an amazing prize.
It is really good.
It's probably
Very,
a good time
very
to
good.
remind people how they can
Yes,
enter.
exactly. If you are interested in winning the prize, there's a lot of them. Head over to the shop where you can pick up raffle tickets. They're £1 each. So when you're buying the Can of Monster or whatever for the rest of your afternoon, pick up a raffle ticket at the same time. It's a quid, goes to a good cause.
Can of Monster and a raffle ticket sounds like the best Epic Land combo
Exactly.
ever. Yeah.
What I've been doing.
You're just collecting I can have
collecting
another
raffle
monster,
tickets.
but I have to get a raffle ticket.
Yeah. I keep telling myself that the monsters are going up by a quid. That way then I'm covered either way.
Inflation.
Inflation, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's that's what they should do in the supermarkets, Spend another £1. Imagine that every time we went for lunch at the supermarket.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Win this great PC,
Grab an additional
Got to
quid.
love. There we go. So this is the slightly time-consuming bit, I suppose. CPU coolers where it can all go really wrong, but I think thus far they're going all right. There we go. Is this answering any? Is this impressive?
It is. It is actually helping quite a bit because, so I'm done with mine. I just need to sort out some air cooling issues because my temps go up to like 60ish and then they drop all the way down to 40, and it's well within the reasonable limits for the CPU.
60's
well
fine.
within.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not too concerned. But yeah, airflow-wise, I need to kind of make some adjustments. But I think that's going to come in handy with the new case anyway. So that's the flip side of it. It's figuring out what case to get to then help with that airflow. But I think having something like this where there's more space should hopefully help out with that.
And the bigger the case, the massive advantage obviously of a larger case is that it means we can fit more fans in for more air. Yeah, that's the huge advantage. So looking at the cables, we have got the what have we got? Some RGB connections, some more RGB connections. I'm going to wire this up to the connection on here. Aha. So
the other thing to remind people of as well. Oh, you lost the screw.
Oh no, that's okay. We'll be fine.
Is not only can you win this, you can also get a 49-inch monitor to play it on.
What?
Yeah.
No one told me this.
Yeah, part of the raffle bundle.
Wow. The raffle at Epic Land is getting better by the minute.
It's fantastic.
Next, you're going to be telling me you're giving away peripherals with this as well.
Yes.
I think we are, aren't we?
I think we are.
Yeah, amazing. It's fantastic.
I did have all this written down.
I
then when I came back
I sort
up,
of knew
I
you
was
were giving away peripherals, but the package, if you thought it couldn't get any more unbelievable,
no, exactly,
gets more. Could you do me a favour?
Absolutely
Could you hold
not.
this radiator?
But
Look
yes,
at
I
that.
will.
See, they're cheering your entrance as well. Could you hold that radiator for me?
I have
just
it.
about there. Have you got it?
Yes, sort of.
Nice.
Oh,
I'll be quick. I'll be quick.
Go.
I've lost the screws. I won't be quick. I'll be as quick as it can be quick.
That's
How's
fine.
that? How's that for a definition of quick? Here we go. I'm being given hints and tips.
Hints and tips.
It's fine, guys. It's all good. PC building expert, apparently. That's what they said on the brief. They said they wanted an expert.
That side for me, and
That's
I'll
all right.
adjust my hand.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. It's that when I'm in the centre at least. There we go.
That's a celebratory cheer there for the
Thank
the
you,
PC.
esports people.
Yeah, exactly. I think he thinks he's won the computer. There can be no other explanation for such buoyant cheering. Right, there we go.
Weirdly enough, this is exactly how I did mine. I held it with one hand and just prayed that I could get the screw in with the other hand.
You hold it and get one screw in and then you're like, please don't fall off while I get all the other ones in. Yes,
Yep.
I know the feeling. There we go. So now, once you've got a couple of screws in, it's not not going to go anywhere really. There you go. So you should be able to let go of that.
There was a moment there where I was like, please don't do this to me today.
So talk to me about what's your go-to game on your build?
At the moment, I am addicted to Diablo again.
Nice.
I do a lot of esportsy stuff, so
sure.
Counter-Strike 2.
Nice.
What else? War Thunder. I'm one of those. I don't leak documents, but I enjoy playing the game.
Sure. Thanks for that important clarification.
Just clarifying.
I'm really quite relieved.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it, to be honest with you, at the moment. I do video editing on the side.
Nice.
So it's my other job kind of thing.
Sure, that makes sense.
So the PC is mainly used for that, to be honest. It's doing
Which is
edits.
like the best, because that's how sort of, when I started making YouTube videos, I was, video editing and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, actually makes for a great gaming PC.
Yeah, yeah. That's literally the reason why. Originally, when I put it together, I wanted to future-proof it for some games, but have it more so that I could run Adobe Premiere Pro and I could run all the other, the entire Adobe suite.
Sure.
And not have too much of an issue with rendering, not too much of an issue with like audio mixing, like trying to get everything in one bundle.
Because video editing is the most, it's more intensive than gaming in some respects, depending
100%.
on the game you're playing.
Yeah.
Because everything's maxed to 100%. So if you're hitting 60 degrees on your CPU, it's probably very, very good.
Yeah.
Video editing, really. 60 is a very, very, probably even a good place to be.
So I did a render on Tuesday for someone. And it was a 35-minute video, and the max temp I got was 64.
That's pretty good on the processor.
Yeah.
Wow, really good.
The card running, I got a 3070.
Nice.
And it was running at 28 degrees.
Wow.
But the fans were turned all the way on.
Sure.
I'll say that for definite. I'm really relatively happy with it, but it's kind of work in progress.
Amazing. Now we're at that point where we've got your favourite stuff. I call it the thermal good stuff.
Yes.
It's actually thermal paste, but it's the MSI thermal paste. What better thermal paste?
I'll come this side for this part because
this is the bit where you're intrigued.
Yeah. So the videos that I was watching is people doing a small dot, doing an X, doing.
Sure. Just a little bit of large grain of rice. There you go. Look at that. I've probably a little bit overdone it there, but it'll be fine. It'll be okay.
I watch way too many videos of people going like, do an X.
No, none of that nonsense. That's fine. What I've just done there is good. It's leaked a bit. It's sort of overlapped a little bit, but it's fine. It's all good. So once this is in, it's a case of graphics card and some wiring. So let's pop the CPU cooler in there. There we are. This is the hard bit. Once you've got the cooler on, it's sort of trying to hold the cooler.
Yeah.
Just get those retention nuts on as well. This is the bit where I can't really speak because I'm...
No, you got it. It's all good.
There
so don't forget, of course,
Oh.
£1 at the shop.
What's this?
£1 at the shop to get you a raffle ticket.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't you? All the effort that's gone into building this.
Exactly.
Beautiful. It actually is a really, really going to be a great looking system at the end.
RAM sticks look awesome, not even lit up.
48 gigs of RAM there, and it's going to look amazing once it's all
put in my 32 gig of LPX non-RGB RAM to shame.
This is good though. I mean, 32 gigs is still pretty good to be fair. 32 gigs is not too bad. There we are. So always good to get a screwdriver in there at the end. They are thumb screws for a reason, so you don't have to go too ham and tighten the living daylights out of them. But a bit of tension's always a good thing. There we go. Look at that, beautiful. That one's got a lot of tightening to do. There we go, and then one more. Good stuff. And then loosen that. So all the cables can pre-manage, which is nice. And then we'll be...
Yeah, you get used
true
to it.
Excitement.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's kind of hard to...
Okay.
I'm concentrating, but not concentrating. I'm like, I want to know what I want to know. Like,
did you come to a death metal concert or a LAN?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Ask me in an hour, and I'll let you know where we're at. So I just need to try and locate the pump fan header, which is not too difficult to find. So that can go in there. Good stuff. Just tuck the cable out the way. There we go. Good, easy peasy. RGB cable. Where's the RGB cable going to go? Let's find a place for that, shall we? Let's do that later. Why not? Let's do that later.
So in previous LANs where we've done PC building segments on stage, we had a few where we built them into weird objects.
Nice.
I'll need to find. I'll dig the video up for you to show you it. But we built a PC into a wheelie basket.
Into a what?
You know the baskets you get in like Iceland and that. The
Oh
extendable
yeah,
arm
like
and drag
of
'em.
they're called them fun baskets.
Yes.
Fun baskets, yeah.
We built a PC in one of them.
Amazing.
Yes. And then
And
it got
what was
kicked
the
off
outcome?
stage.
Presumably good.
I don't know why it got kicked off the stage, but it got kicked off the stage anyway.
It got kicked off the stage?
Yeah, it went to the shock absorb test.
Ah, of course. I would expect nothing less.
So it was built to make it easy to bring to lands.
That's a very good idea.
Behind it. It's like building a PC that's easier to transport to land.
I might go and do that when I get home. Just steal one of those. Asda, where did it? Asda's,
Yeah.
Sainsbury's.
You need to go around all the shops and figure out which one is the biggest one, and then rob that one.
Amazing. Call us in.
Sweet.
Graphics
GPU.
card. Amazing.
I'm excited
Here
for this
we go.
GPU because, I mean, like, it looks amazing as is. But also knowing now that there's like this blue sheen that comes off it, and yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what it looks like lit up.
The VRAM's really promising as well. 16 gigabytes. What's not to love? Graphics card. In we go. There
And
we
honestly, it's not that big. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
it's modest.
yeah, it's about. I mean, it slots in perfectly.
Wow, he says.
He
There
says
we
while
go.
he slots it in, but you know.
Oh, no, I forgot the peel on the plastic behind the graphics card, and I know that if I don't do that now, whoever wins will be understandably very angry with me. So
Yeah.
let's get that sorted.
Or happy
before-
because they get to do it.
Yes, because they will have to put it on their dining table and buy a
Take things
PC
off
building
and-
mat, and then they'll just be so furious, and I will understand. Right, so good stuff. A couple of screws, and we should be golden. Some thumb screws. Let's do it properly. Look after whoever's going to win this absolutely beautiful machine. He says, "This is the fiddly bit. This is the bit you
This
don't want
is
to be
the
under
fiddly
pressure
bit.
for. You know, this is the bit where I need a bigger screwdriver. But you did get me one, and I'm just being ungrateful. So there we go. Ugh. Nearly there. Yep, that's it. Nice and tight. And then again for the second one. There we go. Awesome. Power supply. This is the easy
So I
bit
got
test.
the power supply and the big bag of wires for you as well.
I have made an absolute shocker of a mess on this table. It has to be said, I've totally overdone it. Totally overdone it. Right, power supply cables. You know what? It's modular, and I'm sure the winner's going to get the bag of the remaining cables. So
Yes.
why not? Ugh. There we go. Let's see what we can put in. So motherboard, always the largest cable, always the largest power cable. So that's going to easy to find because it's nice and big.
Yes.
Big boy. There we are.
16 slot? No.
So it's 20 plus 4 pin, they normally call it.
Cool.
So it's often a bit.
I feel like
split
Ralph
into
Wiggum.
two.
I'm learning.
Yeah, so that's why they call it
Yeah.
20. It's 24 pin, but 20 plus 4. So there is 20 pins, and then if you
And then you got the additional
snap,
bit on
that's
the
your
end.
extra 4. Yeah. Also going to pop in the GPU. So we've got your GPU. We've got 2 8 pins on here. Technically,
Yes.
there's 6 plus 2 pins. So technically, it's dual 6 plus 2 pins, all on one harness. So that's easy. CPU and GPU.
So this
We've
is where I went
got-
wrong then, because I put my power supply in first.
Why did you do that?
I have no idea.
Right. Sorry, that sounds really horrible.
No, but
it's
you're,
not
it's,
the one
it's
you
right
want to do
though, 'cause
first.
now looking at it, I understand why it would be easier to have done it the other way around.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm hoping once this power supply's in, we should be able to get it turned on. It's not all going to light up immediately,
Okay.
but we're going to get something. We're going to be able to show the people, and I'm sure you'll find me sitting around at Epic Land as I finish this off for the remainder of the afternoon. Any
Are you here for the rest of the day, or
Yeah, I'm here for the rest of the day. Yeah,
pub quiz tonight?
maybe. But how do you fancy your chances in the pub quiz?
I'm a marker, so
Oh, you are. Yeah, I see. So,
Yeah.
if you were to do the pub quiz, though, more
I'd
apt,
win easily. Every
Is that?
time.
But is that because you have experience
I
writing
am a
and marking?
fountain of useless knowledge.
I've never looked at it like that before. It's a new sort of outlook on the whole situation, you know.
Name a film, and I'll be able to tell you stuff about it, basically.
I got to think something really rogue now. Cars 3.
Cars 3. I don't think I've watched it, to be honest with you.
See, that was my
Yeah, you go.
effort at finding something rogue,
Proven wrong.
so rogue.
Live on stage for your eyes.
There we
See,
go.
this now makes me go, that looks much better than mine.
Oh, wait, it's not sort of fully cable managed.
No,
at the
no, no,
back
of course,
yet.
but like, there's at least a method to the madness with what you've got set up there.
I like to hope there's a method to the madness. It's the aim that there's going to be a method to the madness, you know. But it's never, you know, always a bit of a challenge, even for the experienced PC builder.
Indeed.
Now,
we already have a cable
there
here.
is a bracket for this, which I need to source from somewhere. This is where MSI are being extra helpful, but also making my life more complicated. So there should be a bracket on this table in there. Ah, found it, found it.
Yep.
I found the bracket. The panic can end now, we're all good. Found the bracket. Everyone's like, whew, he's found a bracket, he's found a bracket.
I never believed for a minute you
It
panicked.
was a panic, pure panic. I was like, no, he's lost the bracket. he's going to be, you know, that's the end. Game over. There we go. There we are,
So.
lovely stuff. Bracket, baby. Now, how do you make a PSU bracket interesting? Great power supply, great case. The bracket's not a focal point, is
really
it
like-
really?
It's a bit of metal.
Start chanting.
it does the job.
Bracket. There we go. Nope.
I tell you what is quite nice though, and I mean like, I use quite a lot of USB devices, like I've got a camera, you know, all that kind of stuff. There's so many USB real estate spots on the back of this car.
And you've got A's and C's, you've got Thunderbolt 4, I mean, Intel Thunderbolt 4, loads of bandwidth.
Yeah.
So it's really, really nice from the point of view of like actually having those options to actually be able to get it all connected without too many problems.
So I do a little bit of flight simming as well. And as we all know, with additional controllers comes additional USB requirements, and not having a board which has a lot of space ends up meaning you buy one of these powered
Adapters.
extenders that don't really work, but they do work. So it's nice having a lot of USB real estate.
And there we are, look at that. Power supply is. This is where I put the bracket in the wrong way around or something like that. Didn't check it, I just went for look and vibes. And this might be where it's gone wrong for me. Let's see. Oh no, I think we're lined up.
you're good. Yeah.
We're good. Aha, we're in.
Nice.
All right, just don't worry. It's all
It
good.
always throws me because the power supply is actually, it feels like it's upside down, but it's not upside down. You know what I mean? The 3-pin.
Yeah, that's interesting actually, yeah. You'd expect the 0 to be at the bottom and the 1 to be at the top.
Yeah.
Depends on the case that you're going for. Now this could be about to set a new world record for how fast, exactly, how fast I've ever wired up a PC. Here we go. Motherboard, CPU, and then of course the graphics card. And then we should be in a point where we are officially wired up. Oh yes. So let's put that in. That way round.
Don't forget, as I've said numerous times, I'll continue to say it as well. £1 in the tuck shop, or in the shop. I should say.
£1 is a bargain, by the way.
For a Raffle ticket, right?
It's amazing.
Considering you're going to be buying snacks anyway, jump on in. Get involved.
Just whack it on while you're there and you won't even think about it.
Exactly.
Could be the best £1 you spend all weekend. There we are. So, CPU power cables next up. So we've got those to go. And trying to make sure I get it a good way around so that whoever gets it just feels like they've got a clean system, you know? Feels like it was
Don't
wired
mind
up.
me, by the way, while I lean in to watch this so I can get ready for my own rebuild when I get home, because I'm going to have to rebuild mine.
I've lost my monitor, but I'm gonna reclaim it when I
You're all good.
eventually get these in as a reward for my...
Thankfully, God isn't talking to us at the moment, so we're all good.
No, exactly. There we are. There's one, and then just one
There you
more
go.
on the CPU to go. So I think, is it that way around? I want to say it might be that way around.
Is the saying true, more RGB the better?
Oh, I think more RGB is directly sort of correlated to additional frame rate potential.
That's
you know?
what I've always been told. It's like in CSGO, well CS2 now, sorry, I should say. You know, you get more kills if you've got skins. Same with
Absolutely.
RGB.
Is that why? So my game must be broken then, because I've got all the skins and no kills. So it must be a.
We'll send an email to Gaben.
Yeah, I'll let them know that they've made a terrible mistake and that they should remedy it immediately. There we go, lovely stuff. Let's manage that cable. Should we put the GPU in and then see if we can get this thing actually?
Indeed, I have a
spinning?
power supply cable ready for you to go.
Amazing. What's in here? God, there's so many things. Isn't
Looking
there?
for.
I'm looking for an RGB controller for these fans at the top, but it's not a huge problem. You unboxed the fans, so I can blame this
did.
officially on you. I'm going to absolve myself of any and all responsibility for such things. There we
It
go.
should be there. I'm almost
right.
positive.
There we are.
Is this not it? No, it's not it. Noise reducer.
That's the. Oh, that might be it. Well, I don't know. Even I'm stumped by this. I'm not meant to build computers. No, I'm
if
sure
only we had someone here that would know.
I know. Next time you should get someone who's like, really competent PC builder. That would help.
I believe this is it.
Oh, you found it?
2 to 1.
That looks roughly it. There we go, graphics card. It is a nice looking system, this, isn't it? It's not even properly finished yet. There we go.
You're having far more success in plugging up GPU than I did on mine.
I'm flying, I promise. There we go. There we go.
Nice.
GPU's in. So if you, I think there should be a power cable on the floor.
Yep, it's right here for you.
Is this the? Look at this.
Service without a smile.
Right, so we haven't got the front panel wide.
Here we go.
There's no guarantee. Oh, we see some lights.
Lights already.
Right, so that switches on. Did we find the RGB thing? This is it.
Is that it or that?
No. That's it. Here we go. So, I just want people to be able to see these fans lit up, but
Imagine me being able to locate the cable.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where they pay me the big bucks.
This is why you're here, helping me out. Making sure, without you, this cable may never have been located. This could be the one sort of cable we need. There we go. Right, that's in. Last cable, and then we might actually be able to turn this thing on.
Sweet.
Isn't that exciting? How excited are you feeling right now?
I'm really excited right now, I'm not going to lie. I think
excitement levels on a scale of 1 to 100?
Probably like at least a 99.
Great. Fantastic. Here we go. Right. Fan header. Are we ready? Here we go. 3, 2. I'm nervous now. Here we go. 1.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. What a beauty. Hang on. One more cable.
1 second.
Hang on. False alarm.
Hayden, hold.
Sorry,
hold.
everybody. False alarm.
Hold.
Hang on. Right, we should
I see no lights in the
able.
front. I think this is what we're looking for.
Here we go.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, it's making a noise. Nearly. There we go. Let's move that out of the way. Now, watch this. Just a magic trick. It says loading.
Wait, what?
Once it stops loading, we can control the RGB with the touchscreen at the top. How clever is that?
Okay.
Fancy, right?
That is proper fancy.
MSI just like all the stops out for today. I think it's actually my fault because I haven't finished plugging it in. But I think for all intensive purposes, with the top panel to go on, we have ourselves a working, but perhaps some time needed off stage to perfect.
Of course.
PC build. What a prize.
Plenty of room. You're more than welcome.
Look at that. That is actually stunning.
Jack, we need conversation about the case. Okay? My people talk to your people. We'll get one, sorted out.
Amazing.
I'm
quite proud of that.
To be honest with you, I'm well impressed that we actually have a working PC on a table.
I know. What's that? An hour bang on,
more or less.
60 minutes, and I was chatting for the first 20. So for that, I'm not saying I have my doubts. I was always very hopeful. We got this cable we got to wire and do something with, but that's not a 5-minute job, and we'll be good to go. And the sparkle.
Are we impressed? Is everyone impressed?
Yeah, impressed. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. I'll come back over this side.
I'm really sorry for the mess. I promise I'll clean it up.
It's fine.
We'll put it all in one big bag and just pretend this never happened.
Thankfully, my next segment is over there. So
that is
all the time in the world to do whatever you want to do.
Fantastic.
But thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your help. And the best of luck to the winner. Get your tickets in. What more could you want?
Exactly. Thank you very much for the guys from Intel and MSI also.
Absolutely. And overclockers for the fans.
And overclockers for the fans as well. But yeah, we'll catch you in a little bit. About half hour, we'll play some Pico Park. Get over to the shop and get your Raffle tickets in. Seriously, it's amazing. We'll see you all soon.
Hello, overclockers, and welcome. this. Where's EPIC when you need him?